Good morning, everyone. I'm Nick Katsouris, president of the Lukumi Make a Difference Foundation, and we are here in Port St. Lucie, Florida, from New York Mets spring training with our very special guest, New York Mets All-Star Pete Alonso. We have a lot to talk about today about the incredible work that Pete and his wife Haley do with the Alonso Foundation. But before we do that, we want to zoom to several schools around the world to hear what they're doing. The topic of today is making a difference through sports. As you know, each month we feature a different theme, a different topic where you kids and you students are making a difference for various charities and various causes. There's a lot of things you can do through sports, and we're going to hear now from some of these kids. First, I'd like to introduce Constantine Katsouris, who is up at Tufts University today. And he's going to tell us a little bit about a baseball project that he did a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all well. My name is Constantine. I'm a second semester sophomore in college. And I just want to spend a few minutes to talk about the passion project I took up. This was about 4 years ago now in 2020. And basically, I was the head coordinator of the Lukumi Foundation baseball project, where our original initiative was two-parted. One, we wanted to collect as much formerly used baseball equipment as we possibly could. We partnered with the nonprofit Pitch In for Baseball and Softball. And over a 3-year span, they helped us collect as many, slightly used bats, gloves, bases, anything we could find that was in decent condition and could be of further interest to a school or program. And basically, the nonprofit helped us start an application portal where schools around the country could demonstrate their interest. We ended up picking 3 schools based on their demonstrated need and the quality of the applications, and divided the collected equipment equally amongst them. And it worked out well. I'm pretty sure all the schools used the equipment in their upcoming spring season that year. So that was a success. And then the second half of the project was a little bit different. We wanted to sponsor a field renovation grant for a school in need. So basically any middle school or high school that maybe they had a program or they were interested in starting a new team, but their field wasn't in the condition that they wanted it to be in. We raised money for 3 straight years using the charity events of the Lukumi Foundation, and took the similar approach. We opened up an application portal and received over 70 applications from schools that were interested. We ended up awarding the grant to the Power Cross School of North Carolina, and we presented the award to them 2 summers after. So I was excited about that one. I remember from my playing days, and I'm sure Pete remembers from travel ball, like the difference between playing on a refurbished and an unkept field is drastic. It's like the difference between getting a ground ball hit at your groin from an unpredictable hop and then making the game-ending play stress-free. So I knew that one would be appreciated. But the project overall was a big success. And what was even more important was what I got out of it and what I learned from it. And I think the pinnacle of philanthropy is when, the passion project is structured around what, you love. For me, that's sports, specifically baseball, and, definitely the Mets, if it's not already obvious. And at that point, the effort and the time and the sacrifice, you don't even realize it because it's symbiotic for everybody involved. And, what you extract from the experience increases tenfold. So that's my advice, and that's what I got out of my experience in the prime of my membership with the foundation. And I'd be happy to help anybody who's interested in starting a new sports related project. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Constantine, for those great words. I know you did a lot of good with that project. And to all you kids out there, especially those of you that love sports, whether it's baseball or any sport, use your talent and use your interest in that sport to make a difference. It'll not only help the recipient of the good deeds, but it'll help you as well because you'll feel great about yourself. It'll help build self-esteem, and you're doing a lot of good in the world. Let's go now to Tyler Sather in San Diego, who is going to talk to us about how he is making a difference in memory of his grandfather, who was a big baseball fan, and all that he's doing to make a difference through sports. So Tyler, take it away.
Hi, I'm Tyler and I'm 11 years old. I've been playing sports since I was in preschool. My favorite sports are baseball and football. My grandpa was a baseball coach for 30 years. He won over 500 games. He believes sports teach kids important lessons about life. My grandpa recently passed away, and I want to remember his lessons and share them with other students. There are a few he taught me. Never give up. It's okay to strike out. Teamwork is the best work. Cheaters never win. Always swing hard. Aim for the fences. Do your absolute best. This is how I'm making a difference through sports.
And now we're going to go to the ACS school in Athens, Greece, where their athletic council is going to talk to us about a sports shoe drive that they're doing, collecting thousands of donated shoes, as they say, to give them a second life for other children. Let's go to Athens, Greece.
The Sports Shoes Recycling Project dates back to the early 2015 that is led by the ACS Athens Athletic Council in collaboration with the athletic department. As athletes, we truly understand the crucial role that shoes play in providing safety and enhancing our performance during athletic events. It also provides comfort and confidence in our daily lives. As the Athletic Council, we're responsible for representing our teammates as well as our classmates and taking initiatives in sports-related activities and services. The Athletic Council creates posters advertising the shoe drive in our ACS Athens community, capturing the attention of students from junior kindergarten until 12th grade, as well as parents, faculty, and ACS Athens alumni.
Within 2 months, the donation bins were overflown, and last year we collected more than 300 pairs of shoes. This year, our aim is to surpass 500 pairs. The Athletic Council, in collaboration with the NGO Institute Team for the World, donate these shoes to less fortunate individuals. Through the simple process of raising awareness, collecting, and packing, we realize the importance of individual and collective effort as well as the part of student involvement. Sports and activities are part of most of our everyday lives, and we think it is of great significance for everyone to learn to get involved even in the simplest ways.
Throughout this experience as athletes, we have realized it is our responsibility to create positive change in the lives of others by promoting healthy and active living.
Our shoe drive not only provides a positive change in the lives of the people who receive the shoes, but it also shows the unity when the community comes together for a good cause. Every year, we publish an article on our Lancers Illustrated magazine to share our story and to create awareness, so if someone was not able to contribute to this year's shoe drive, they will be able to join us next year. We encourage all student athletes to promote our shoe drive initiative.
Okay, and now we are going to go to a school that I'm going to be visiting in about 3 weeks, the San Carpoforo School in Lake Como, Italy. They are going to discuss their Baskin project, where the school welcomed a group of disabled basketball players who taught them how to play this very special type of inclusive basketball. Hello to everyone in Lake Como, and we look forward to hearing your project. Please tell us about it.
As a school, San Carpoforo is committed to live inclusiveness as a part of everyday life. For example, we met a special group of basketball players who play Baskin. Baskin is basketball without borders. The players, who all are differently abled, shared an amazing experience with us. At the beginning, we guided them. Afterwards, we were blindfolded, and the players guided us through an obstacle course. We then had to throw the ball while being guided through our senses, while they clapped underneath the basket. The most beautiful part was when we guided them. We had to physically touch and position them in front of the basket. We helped the players shoot the hoop, trying to use senses other than sight. And the message of inclusiveness that we shared was that everyone has their own special abilities.
Okay, all great projects. Very proud of all of you around the world and all those who did not participate, who I know you're working on projects as well. Now we're going to go to this very special time in our program where we are going to introduce you to the Alonso Foundation. Before we talk to Pete, we have a short video of the foundation that we'd like to play for you right now.
Will be there. He launches this one deep to left field, down the line toward the pole. Out of here! Pete Alonso with his second of the day, and gives the Mets. But that's a deep to center by Alonso. And Pete smacks one deep down the line, right toward the corner, and it's out of here! And the gap, it's out of here!
Children is such an incredible organization, and we want to make a donation to all their excellent causes.
We're here with North Shore Animal League America with their Mud Degrees program. What's up, guys? At the Alonso Foundation, we're going to be giving you guys a grant to help fix up the field. Because once you get to a certain level, it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed. Yeah, good swing. You can react to a bad hop, or you can go get it.
Ending the stigma, you know, when you say that, it's what stigma, because we're all going through things.
All right, guys, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're back. It's a huge pleasure, Pete, for me to be here with you. I'm a lifelong Mets fan, big fan of yours, as I know all these kids are. We have a lot of schools from New York here with us today, but also schools all around the world, and they're just, you know, you inspire them every day, not only with your on-field, but also your off-field endeavors. And, you know, we want to hear, you know, we always look for people who are perfect role models for all these kids to follow. And you and Haley are that with everything that you're doing. Following the foundation, you know, we presented you with the Lukumi Make a Difference Award at Citi Field last summer, and just incredible work. So can you tell us a little bit about the foundation?
Yeah, so at the Alonso Foundation, basically what we do, we try and just anybody who's vulnerable, we want to be able to lend in a helping hand and basically aid any way we can, any assistance, whether that be time, talent, or funds. We try and donate whatever we can to just anybody or anything in need. We've done a lot with veterans, first responders. We've also helped out some 9/11 families with victims who have succumb to illnesses. We've also done a lot of, especially this year, a lot of work in the animal rescue space right now. This season, we're going to be working with a ton of different animal rescues that are going to be going into kill shelters, that are going to be going on rescue missions. Our goal is to save over 200 dogs this year from getting put down that have been dealt pretty bad hands. So for us right now, what we're trying to do, the funds that are going to be donated for transport, food, supplies, spaying, neutering, and any medications or surgeries that these dogs might need. So and hopefully we can find some forever homes or at least foster homes in the meantime. So that's our big initiative this year. Also, we're super passionate about giving back to our communities, especially through the vessel of baseball. We've put on kids camps, and we fundraised a ton of money to give back and fix up some little league fields or some youth baseball fields that are in desperate need. Like mentioned before, Constantine said that not having a safe playing service is, especially for the youth, it's not great, not just for learning the game, it's not fun, but also too, like without a complete nice field, that's a safe field, and safety for kids is a huge priority, especially when they're learning a potentially dangerous sport such as baseball. And I mean, for us, we want to be able to give back wherever we can. We've donated some time and funds especially to Puerto Rico and Florida, because there's been hurricane impacts the past couple of years down south in the United States. And we want to be as flexible as we can and donate to whoever and whatever we can, because like for us, we have a very big platform, and we want to be dynamic, and we want to be able to rise to the occasion and give time, effort, and funds to whatever we can that comes up. Because I mean, as the world evolves, there's plenty of things that come up and problems that arise as time goes on, and we want to be able to be flexible enough to just help wherever and whenever we can.
Well, Pete, this is so great for these kids to hear, because you touched on so many of the topics that they're, passionate about. A lot of animal lovers out there, all over the world. We have kids working to help animal shelters. We personally work with the animal care centers in New York City, a lot with schools. And you mentioned 9/11 too. Thousands of these kids that are watching today, we have a program called Never Forget Letters, where these kids weren't even born on 9/11. They learn about it in school, and they write Never Forget letters telling the families of the loved ones that they lost, that we've learned about it and we will never forget. And it's just, a good deed doesn't have to be something complicated. It can be something simple that just, really makes a difference.
Yeah, I think the number one thing, just for doing a good deed, honestly, the first thing, I think the biggest priority is just being thoughtful. Having mindfulness and thoughtfulness, I think that always, and empathy, I think those are the biggest things that contribute to doing a good deed. Like once you feel passionate enough about something, and once you have those feelings, act upon it. Like if you feel for something, because everyone has different interests, no doubt, but if you're in a position to lend a helping hand, lend it, because I mean it's the neighborly thing to do, it's the nice thing to do, honestly, it's awesome being able to give a helping hand whenever you can to somebody that's in need.
Yeah, and you just had a big event last month, right, in the Bay Area. What was that about?
Yeah, so we had a youth home run derby. So it was a fundraising event to be able to fix up one of the fields in an underprivileged area. So all of the funds that we raised are going to be donated to the field. We're going to be fixing up the batting cages and redoing bleachers.
That's great. As I said before, you and Haley are such role models, for these kids to follow. What made you want to start the foundation? Was there a point where you just realized it's something you wanted to do?
I think in 2019, after winning the home run derby, we donated some money to the Tunnels to Towers with Steve Siller, and we got to see the family who was positively impacted by our donation. It was super rewarding, and for us, like, we're incredibly grateful for how New York has treated us like family. It's just such an iconic and amazing city to play for. People have treated us so well. We want to give back to not just our community in Tampa where we live, and not during the baseball season, but in New York, where we are just so loved and supported constantly. So, I mean, it's a passion project for us to be able to give back wherever we can.
Yeah, well, that's just great. I mean, what advice would you give to a student that's watching, first on their career, and then, secondly, about how they can make a difference in the world?
I think the biggest thing is start off small with small acts of kindness, small acts of thoughtfulness, and I think it eventually evolves from there. But no one can save the world with one big thing. You have to, it's a consistency thing, like just consistent, small, thoughtful, and kind acts of service. That's what's really going to make a long lasting change. And honestly, like the more time that you get to lend a helping hand, and the more consistent that becomes, the more people you're going to impact. So, and it makes other people's day.
Yeah, well, great advice, really. We just have a few questions from some of the kids that they've sent in. The first one is from the Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy in Douglaston, Queens. We'd like to hear from Campbell, who's a fourth grade student at the school. Campbell, what is your question?
Hello, my name is Campbell, and I attend Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy. My school is involved in doing many good deeds each month, especially for the women's shelter, which I'm involved in planning. I admire the Alonso Foundation, and I noticed a quote you have on the website. We stand up for those who can't. How does this quote resonate with you and connect to all the wonderful work you do with kids around the world? Thank you. You inspired me to do a fundraiser involving sports for the women's shelter.
Well, that's an amazing question. So I guess the context of that question is we want to be there and support anybody who's in a vulnerable state that necessarily doesn't have enough support. So we lend a huge helping hand in that, and that's what we want to continue to do, because Haley and I, we have a platform and we want to use it for good, and we don't just want to do good things and that be it. Like, we hope to inspire others to continue to do good things. Like, we want to advocate for people stepping up and doing acts of kindness, not for any benefit, but just because. Like, we want to be able to stand behind people who deserve help and support.
Well, you're clearly inspiring these kids today. You're inspiring me too. I mean, it's just amazing, all the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Our second question is from a student from the Academia de la Inmaculada Conception School in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, where we were down there doing this Zoom in December. And following when we were down there, we also had our Lukumi Good Deed bus where we cleaned up local beaches and visited animal shelters and homeless shelters. And it was really a great program. So we would like to play the question from the Immaculate Conception School in Puerto Rico. So we look forward to hearing from you. Can we hear your question now?
Hello, we are from Puerto Rico. Nosotros somos de Puerto Rico. We would like to know your nickname. Queremos saber tu apodo. And also a fun fact about you. Y un dato curioso sobre ti. Bye for now. Bye for now. Go Mets!
See if I can answer this in Spanish. Nickname de yo, un teammate, no, I can't do Spanish. Un amigo de yo habla un chiste, el nombre de mi amigo es Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier es un jugador de béisbol. Él juega con los Mets, the Rangers, los Rojos y los White Sox. Y cuando habla a mí, él dice, Pete, you look like a polar bear. Un oso blanco.
And that was it.
And that was
That's it. And
Except
it's done.
for
Yeah. How about a fun fact about you?
Me encanta ir a pescar.
For those that don't speak Spanish, what does that mean?
I like to go fish.
Okay. And we did an environmental project that I said down in Puerto Rico to help the local fish community and clean up the beaches. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, water clarity is a big thing.
Yes, yeah. Our next question is back to Constantine at Tufts University in Medford. Constantine, you with us?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Pete? I just had a few questions because I realized this was too good of an opportunity not to ask. But so the first one is philanthropy related, and the second one is just about baseball in general, just from a fan to a player. So I recently read about your Canines for Warriors project, which you just spoke about, and how you're going to be donating to them this season for every home run you hit. So, for me, for example, I'm a big wildlife animal person. And I know some of the guys on the team, they're big dog lovers. Like I know Jeff, he adopted a puppy like 3 or 4 years ago, I guess at this point. And, does your liking for this project stem from like a specific love for animals or dogs, or I guess where does that come from?
Yeah, so my wife and I were huge animal people, huge dog lovers. So the Canines for Warriors thing is actually different. So we're sponsoring a guide dog for a veteran, and her name is Derby, and she's actually in training right now, and she's hopefully all goes well. She passes her training, and she'll get paired up with a veteran at the end of the year, but. So for this initiative that I mentioned before, that I'm going to be donating money, $1,000 per home run. So we're going to be doing a ton of research for these rescues and vetting a couple different organizations. And what we want to do is pretty much just inspire rescue missions, inspire people to open up their homes and hearts to fostering, because like we actually fostered a dog this off season. So we have two rescues already. And we fostered a third one, and it was such a rewarding experience. We found her forever family, and it is match made in heaven, and it's just awesome. Such an incredible experience, and highly recommend doing it. I know it's hard work, and I know it's not just like the physical work, but it's emotional as well. But it is so worth seeing, like a really kind of like scared and vulnerable animal, like just open up and just like really find trust in humans again, and find love, and learn to accept love. It's really such a rewarding experience, and to be able to take dogs out of the kill shelters, and give them I mean, those dogs were pretty much dealt a really bad hand. I would say 99% of them, because they're in there because their humans or their old owners have failed them. They're not there because they're bad. They're not there, like, they're there because like we as a society have failed them. It's not their fault. It's who we are, or who some people are as a society. And it's a great, I mean, it's such fulfilling work, and I highly recommend anybody doing it, or if people want to donate, log on to our website. You can pledge any amount of money per home run, as little or as much as you want. We're really stoked about that. It's just, we're really passionate about dogs. We have two, we've rescued two, so we're just really, we just love animals and love dogs.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you. And then the second question, I used to be a religious watcher of MLB Network, and I think this was a show. I think Mark DeRosa and some of the other guys, they had you during spring training, I think after your rookie year, and you had mentioned that you carried, I guess, like a notebook sized journal with you, I guess, when you're in the clubhouse or on the road, wherever. And I guess I was just wondering, assuming you still have it, do you include things like, maybe somebody has a pitch you didn't realize about, or you made a tweak that you didn't want to forget in your swing for a later game? I guess, how does that notebook, what does it look like now, after 5 incredible seasons? Is it a little more full, and how do you extract what you need from it?
It's so every season it's a full notebook.
Okay.
So new notebook every season. And I mean, it's page to page, basically, like as soon as the year's done. But anything, like, it's self-critique, or anything I saw or did well, or I want to get better at, or anything that I noticed, like, hey, in case this and this happened, or in this count happened, or any weird defensive play or situations. Like, I always go through the game, what I did well, what I need to get better at. It's self-evaluation. It's a way to decompress after the game, and also like get all my thoughts out, so I can leave work at work and go home. I can just be myself.
Right. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Constantine. Now we're going to go to Haley Boo from Our Lady of Grace School in the Bronx, New York, who has a question that you'd like to ask Pete. Haley?
Good morning. My name is Hallie Bell. I am a proud 8th grade student at Our Lady of Grace School, located in the Bronx, New York. I am also honored to be a member of the Lukumi International Good Deed Council. I enjoy visiting the website for your foundation and learn so much about the great work being done each day. My question is, can you tell us about the impact on the community that you see from the work you do with your foundation?
Yeah, anytime that we get a chance to see the I guess the progression and the positive outcome, it's of like whether it be donation or volunteering, it's just super amazing to be able to see like people positively impacted. Because again, it's the acts of kindness that spread the acts of kindness that spread joy and make people feel good and feel heard, supported, and noticed. And especially there's so many areas that need to be addressed in community service. So in order to see kids have a nice and safe field to play at where they wouldn't have that before, it's awesome to be able to see like for me personally, like to see so the dog's name that we had fostered was Lucy. To see Lucy come out of her shell, feel comfortable, feel loved, and be accepting of love, that's super awesome. Or anytime we see a veteran positively impact, like this past year when we got to see Shay paired up with, or no, not Shay. That's the Mets guide dog. Bear. So when we got to see Bear paired up with his veteran, it was truly magic. And to be able to see the positive impact that both of them got to have on each other, it's really tremendous. And it's just seeing like the positive outcome and seeing the happiness by doing a good thing, being able to give that support is really, it's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it really does. It makes you feel great, you know, and these kids are seeing this through all the projects that they're doing all over the world as well. We have one last question. It's a two-part question from Giulio from the San Carpoforo School in Lake Como, Italy. And now let's go to Giulio from the San Carpoforo School in Lake Como, Italy, who has a two-part question for Pete.
Hi Pete, it's so nice to digitally meet you. I have two questions for you. The first one is, who is your idol and why? The second one is, why did you choose baseball rather than any other sport?
Wow, ciao ragazzi. I don't speak Italian. No parlo italiano. But I think for me, seeing one of my two favorite players were Mark McGuire and Mike Piazza. But I guess like those guys were basically like my gods. I don't know, it's just those guys were people who played positions that I played when I was younger, and I wanted to emulate what they did as ball players. And they were my inspiration. They set the blueprint, and I wanted to achieve excellence. And I guess for me, like philanthropically, my wife and I, like, we were blessed with a big platform, and we just want to spread good. Like that's simply it. We just want to spread positivity and just give back and hopefully inspire other people to do the same.
Yeah, that's great. And then the second part of the question, why baseball? When did you first realize that baseball was the sport that you were drawn to?
So I played 5 different sports when I was a kid. I played football, American football, baseball, soccer, or gaucho. I played lacrosse and 1 year of basketball. Basketball was fun, but I wasn't good at it. I had so much fun playing lacrosse and football, but they just didn't work out. Soccer, I was the goalie, so I mean it interfered with baseball season a little bit. And then when I got to high school, I played football my freshman year, and I played baseball my freshman year. I had recruiting letters to go to college for baseball and no recruiting letters for football, so that made the choice very easy.
Well, I think it's safe to assume you made the right choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, and I've always loved baseball. Baseball is just something I've always had an affinity for.
That's great. Well, Pete, I can't thank you enough for inspiring all these kids around the world, what you and Haley are doing.
Thank you.
It's just really, really incredible and inspiring. Any parting words you want to say to the kids?
I think anybody, I guess the biggest thing I can say is just thoughtfulness and kindness and thoughtfulness, kindness, and action. It's one thing to feel a certain way, it's one thing to think something, but I would say that if you really want to make someone feel special or create a positive and lasting impact, act. And yeah, I think that's the best thing. I think actions speak louder than words. And when it comes to spreading positivity and wanting to create an impact, acts of kindness and service are great ways to do it.
Well, thank you for everything. On behalf of the Lukumi Make a Difference Foundation, we'll be rooting for you on the field and off. If there's anything that we can do with all these kids we have around the world, for anything that you're supporting, we would love to get these kids involved, because they're really looking forward to making a positive change in the world.
Awesome.
So again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you to everyone at the New York Mets. We want to thank all the schools for tuning in. Please join us next month on March 22nd for the Lukumi Good Deed of the Month Zoom from Lake Como, Italy. And again, as Pete said, keep making a difference, and you really will change the world one good deed at a time. Thank you, everyone.
Peace
Take
and
care.
blessings.